that from the game. We'll see. Up at the top of the map, we have our Protoss player from the team Prime. He is
Creator Prime win.
Whoa! Street Fighter Vice voice just yelled at that time. There he is. Cool glasses.
Really cool glasses.
Yeah. Down at the bottom of the map, we have our Blue Zerg player from the team TSL. He is
TSL Revival.
now.
He's got a mane, man. Look at his mane.
He does.
That's not a hairstyle, that's a mane.
Kind of looks like the main character from that movie Surf Ninjas. Did you ever see Surf Ninjas?
I think I know who. I don't. That title isn't familiar to me.
He was played by Ernie Rice Jr., who was also Kino in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of Use.
I know the actor you're talking about.
Yeah. One of my favorite actors as a kid. He was in all these awesome movies.
Well, that gateway placement is really interesting. Normally, I want to talk about this a little
Nostalgia shut down. Go for it.
bit. Normally,
It's more important.
the gateway is placed one hex to the right, so that there's a little bit of a walkway, a hallway, if you will. The Zealot can block, so that the observer's highlighting it. There's usually an area where the Zealot sits where the Zerglings can't push by him at all. It's a very secure blockage, but in this case, he decided to put the gateway against the wall.
All right.
And he's going to have he's still going to be a good wall off, but at certain times, if your Zealot's held position just the wrong way, bad things can happen.
They can sneak past.
Any Protoss player who's watching this knows what I'm talking about. It's not as good to have your cybernetics core like that, Creator.
All right. A little bit of a lesson from Wolf there.
I just go nuts about this stuff. Whenever I stand behind a Protoss on this map, I'm like, no, at these positions, you put your gateway here.
It's important to know where to put your gateways and also be in touch with your feminine side.
It's very important.
It is.
Both of those, yeah.
For sure. Speedling expand from Revival. Revival is one of those Zergs that back in the day, like a couple months ago, we saw him do a lot of drop play in a lot of his matchups.
Right.
We haven't seen that as much lately, but every time I watch him play, I'm like kind of secretly hoping he does it again because he was really good with that.
One thing he's known for in his CVP is his mutalist tech switches. He's really good at knowing, okay, now's the time for me to go mutas.
You know what? Sorry, I just know something. Continue and then I'll say it.
Well, I was going to say, he knows sometimes in the late game to switch to mutas, and he's really good with his mutalist multitasking.
That's true too.
And wins oftentimes games from him.
Where that pylon is right now in Creator's base, he actually can't warp a Zealot in that little gap if he needs to later in the game. The pylon is just out of range.
Yeah, he messed up his wall up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can see it. The pylon actually will not reach the area where the Zealot is standing now. So, for example, he's out of position. He wants to warp in a Zealot to block that off. He cannot do it.
And it's those little things, too, that can end up being really good. He's not going to be able to stop a speedling run by later until he puts another pylon close enough to do that. It's going to be kind of inconvenient.
Well, we are going to see a very bold one-gate expand from Creator.
Yeah.
This is a build that a lot of players have started to do in Korea especially, and it's adapting to the foreign scene as well. But this is a pretty old build that was deemed too risky for a while because people were doing all these all-ins that made it very difficult to hold. But he's going to do this, and it's at cross positions. It's a smart move to do against Speedling Expand at cross positions.
Well, Revival's one of those players, too, that I wouldn't put it past him to see this and then do that sort of roach-ling all-in that we see a lot of players do that. He's one of those players that's not afraid to just be like, all right, I think I can win right now. I'm going to go for it.
Instead, he makes a very fast layer, and I think we're going to see Infestors.
I think so, too. This has become really popular on the Korean server to get that fast layer, fast Infestors, and we've seen a lot of Zerg players do a push that involves a lot of infested Terrans, and it seems like sometimes it works okay, sometimes it hasn't, but it's interesting to see how Zerg players are kind of doing it. Oh, but there's a Roach Warren going down.
And in the base of Creator, we have a Stargate going up.
All right.
So he wants to follow this up. Just a little bit of Stargate play, clean up Overlords, do some harassment. And we've seen Stargate play in all variations here recently. Some good, some atrocious.
Yeah.
Stargate play is it's a very fickle thing. You can do a ton with it, or you can do very little. It just all depends on sometimes even luck.
It's a big investment, too.
It's a huge investment.
It's kind of like going Cloaked Banshees for Terran in a way where if you don't do damage with it, you're like, well, I've got this stuff and I can't really do anything with it.
Yeah, then you have the Banshee just kind of floating around trying to clean up Watchtowers. The same could be said of the Void Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a lot of Protosses will go for the Stargate play, make a bunch of Phoenixes, and lose a lot of their Stargate units killing one Queen, which doesn't end up being worth it. So we'll see.
Never like seeing that.
I don't think Creator will overcommit.
Well, we've
Ooh.
got Burrow and Roach speed going down for revival, and
He's also spreading his creep with his overlords right outside of his base really well.
yeah, exactly. So we could definitely see some obviously Burrow and Roach play, but this could also lead into Infestor play as well.
Very well could.
Yep. Infestors are quite effective while burrowed as well, and you don't need to upgrade burrowed movement for them. They just get it with Burrow.
Yeah.
They're just lucky, I
Comes as
guess.
part of the package.
Yeah, it's a package deal.
And that Void Ray actually not cleaning up the Watchtower. A little bit surprising. He is going to clean up this Overlord, though.
Well, I think he's going to actually make more of a mess with it than actually clean it up.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
true.
That's not
Oh,
cleaning.
that was pretty messy.
No.
These
Someone's
roaches are going
have
to get
come
spotted
up.
here.
Clean that.
Those roaches have nowhere to hide.
Nope. Don't have any sewer they can duck into or anything. Canceled something there.
Pylon.
And the Overseer sees all. It's got eyes on every corner of its body. It'd get really confusing. It'd be like hard to realize where you're flying. You're like, I don't know if I'm looking at the
I
back
always
or the
wondered
front.
about that. Yeah, how does an Overseer... he must actually control them one at a time.
Maybe.
I'm sure Overseers are very intelligent.
Well, they get
have-
used to it, I'm sure.
They can actually control whole entire Zerg armies.
When they first morph, they're like running into the ground and building stuff. They're like, whoa!
Well, they would make very good school teachers. You know,
think
I
so?
have eyes at the back and the side and the bottom of my head.
Some kid throws a ball of paper at an Overseer. Professor Overseer's like, I saw that. This kid like sinks under his desk. He's like, you can't even burrow. I can see those too. Oh, speaking of burrow, some burrowed movement being upgraded for the roaches, and they're trying to escape from the Void Ray that way.
Yeah, he's just
Robo on
like-
the way though, so.
He's playing red light, green light with the Void Ray.
Yeah. Oh, and here come the roaches.
Here they come, indeed.
I don't know how much damage he's going to really be able to do with this.
It's a lot of roaches, but
Yeah.
the positioning from Creator is really nice. He's got 2 photon cannons well positioned, but the sentry's got a little bit ahead of themselves.
Oh.
Guardian Shield goes up to save them.
Force fields are good though for a creator. I mean, he's been able to keep the roaches out. Hasn't taken a lot of damage.
But the problem is, Road movement is almost done. He doesn't have an observer
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, all right. Here's where it gets a little bit sticky,
Yeah,
but there
he's-
are some stalkers in the back.
He's committing a lot here, and the
Yeah,
roaches can burrow, but when they're next to the cannons, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Voider is all charged up now, so yeah, Revival knows he needs to pull back.
Voider
and he
remains
is-
charged, actually.
He's upgrading drops as well.
He's getting drops. He has a third base. He hasn't sent any drones there just yet.
Might get to see some of that fabled Revival drop play.
That Overseer has eyes in the back of his head, but he's being
does.
chased by a Phoenix.
Sees everything.
He's gonna watch himself die from
I
behind.
saw you hit little Timmy. Ow! It's like, oh, he's not gonna see anything anymore. It's tough. He didn't have tenure, I guess. That's what happens.
The jokes are just getting more and more clever today, Doa.
Oh, well, thank you. I just get so excited about Team League, man.
Team League's awesome.
It fuels me. Team League is the fuel that fuels me.
Team League
I
is
give
your,
up. I give up completely.
Team League is your anti-pun. All right,
This
well,
is your caster. This is your caster on Team League. Any questions? Oh,
this one queen is a little bit isolated, and the second Void Ray wants to help out, but he's a little bit busy at the moment. He's making his way over. The second queen wants to come help out too. It's like,
2 Void Rays there now.
yeah, that queen's not gonna be able to get out of there either.
And he can lift up that one as well. One of the Void Rays is charged up, and that queen.
Look at that
Go
Phoenix. He doesn't
by.
even look at his victims when he lifts them. He was looking the other way.
He's like, I can't watch.
This hatchery's in trouble, man. He actually
Yeah.
has no answer for this.
Well,
he
he
actually could take
dedicated-
out this hatchery. He's making spores, but
He dedicated so many resources early on to that roach push that didn't do a lot of damage. And
he's
now
actually just going to
not
take out this
prepared.
hatchery. There is a queen, but the Phoenix can lift her again. He's just
Yep.
going to target the hatchery. Oh, he's not
Doesn't
lifting the
even matter.
queen. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
hatchery
make
goes
a bit
down.
of difference, Wolf.
Doesn't make a bit of difference. And look at this. Queen's going to go down. The spore probably won't finish on the left side either. The second spore
No.
will finish, but the one on the left will not.
Wow. Creator Prime is just tearing
Nice
things up
burrow
today.
on the queen.
Yeah.
Ah.
See your toupee sticking out of the ground there?
Nice cancel.
57 minerals.
And now these Void Rays can just annoy these roaches.
Yeah, there's not a lot of anti-air here. He might just decide to go for a counterattack, and yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Unfortunately, Creator Prime is going to be pretty well prepared.
Yeah, he's got a ton more units back at home. He doesn't have
Yeah.
a third base, but he has been successful with his harass, so it's okay.
Yep.
He's actually been more successful than even he probably imagined with that Void Ray harass.
Now Revival's getting some Hydras as well, but
The problem is
there's
the
already Colossi.
the
Yeah.
Colossi are already out. I'd
You
like
know-
to see Creator push and take a third base right now.
He could. He tries. He's a very slow player, not in a bad way, but just very, very careful.
Patient. Yeah.
Oh, it is time, Wolf. It is time for the Mega Roach drop.
Oh, the Mega Roach drop.
The Overlords are moving into position.
This is going to be a massive drop.
Yeah, there's a really nice big
And
open space
Creator
for it, too.
has no idea this is coming.
He is going to lose a lot of stuff potentially here.
He has no idea, man. His Blink research is actually at risk here because that's probably the first thing he hits.
Yeah. And here we go. Creator coming back now to the natural. But it's going to take a while to funnel all those units into the main. What is Revival waiting for?
He wants to pull the units back with Speedlings.
Oh,
He's sending
that is
Speedlings
so
over to the
smart.
left side to draw Creator's forces, and then he's going to go for the drop.
It's working. And here come the Overlords.
Here they come. And he realizes now something is not right. He's sending his units back towards his main.
He's like, wait a minute.
Will
This
he
is
have
a
enough
trap.
time? Here
It's
they
dropping time. And here come all the roaches going in. They're going to take out a lot of gateways. Can Creator get back in time?
He's taking a lot of damage here. The Feeble Phoenix trying to help out. The Stalker's taking forever to get back in the main. They do have Blink, though.
Yep.
And now the
And-
Overlords have gotten out of there, so he cannot actually escape with these roaches. They've killed a lot of gateways.
Yes, they have. They're going to kill the robotics bay as well, preventing any more Colossi. No, he's just engaging the army instead.
He does get the robotics, though.
Okay, he does get it. This army is going to get annihilated, but some decent damage done. And he is going to follow it up with Muta Harass. He's
Yeah.
doing everything he can right now to keep Creator from coming and killing him.
And Speedlings are running actually into the third base of Creator right now. There are some cannons in place to buy enough time for the main army to come back. But as the main army goes over there, the Mutas come over here.
Now Revival, just like his name says, is making a bit of a comeback here. He can keep Creator in his base for quite a while with these Mutas.
Yeah, he
if he's
can. The
careful about
Stalkers
it.
blink in and chase them away, though.
Yeah. The
Nice
key
control on the
is-
Mutas, losing absolutely none of them, killing a few probes.
That's the key. It's like if he's careful about it. Oh, sending some roaches and hydras up to the third. This is a little bit of a risky move to kind of throw away his units. I don't think he's going to be able to get the certainly not.
He actually just counted on Creator sending all of his army to deal with the Mutas,
Yeah.
but Creator was too smart for that. Split his army into two groups. And these Hydras off creep just barely escaping, but will they escape the next blink? This
here
is a
it
huge
goes.
engagement. This is looking really bad for
Yeah.
our Zerg player here.
This is not good for Revival. He doesn't want to engage there. Oops, Zergling's running the wrong way there.
Revival is in trouble, man.
Yeah. More Overlords may be thinking of taking a drop here. Revival just needs to play really defensive. He needs to harass with those Mutas, try to keep Creator in his base.
Yeah, that's all he can do, but Creator's smart. He's already left Stalkers there, and even with those Stalkers in the main base, he has enough army to actually crush anything that Revival can throw at him right now.
Thought he was going to try to load those Mutas into the Overlords for a second. I'm like, you're so silly, Revival. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Killing some creep tumors
Oh,
as well.
here we go. It's the attack in the main. There are a lot of Stalkers there.
Yeah, this is not a mega drop. This is a mini drop. But, you know, it may scare Creator, give him some more time. There's a decent amount of Mutas here. The Stalkers do need to blink away.
And you know what?
the
Creator is
lanes.
not scared, man. He just has
Oh.
too many units back at home, and he's sending his main units to the
Wow.
natural. He is not
Revival.
scared at all.
No, not really. I mean, Revival taking out a pylon or so, but not really doing a whole lot. In
And at the
meantime, natural
everything
base of
is
Revival.
dying.
Yeah.
Things not looking good for Revival at all here.
Creator's just got so much stuff. He can dedicate 2 large armies to this. This is real good macro toss.
This is the macro toss, man. Creator
Wow.
Prime showing his stuff here, and Revival, what can he really do?
Well, the answer is not a whole lot. I mean, he's coming at the Mutas. They're all going to get roasted by the Stalkers.
He may clean this attack up, but it's not
Maybe.
looking like it.
Yeah.
It's not looking likely. And,
Possible, but no, I think
that
he's
was a
got too many
huge
Stalkers.
second wave coming across
That
the map.
could be about it.
Yeah, the last Mutas fall here.
Oh, this
And
is
Creator,
getting close.
the crazy comeback, dancing his Stalkers.
GG! I can't believe it. How does Prime do this? They do with players like Creator here. Winning 3 games. He is 1 game away from another huge upset for Prime. This is insane. I can't believe it.
TSL is undefeated.
You know what?
Prime has come out here, man. They've
Yeah.
come out here from being not even really qualified. They got into the playoffs by another team's mistake.
Yeah.
And now they've taken out StarTail. Then they're one game away from taking out an undefeated team, TSL.
This is just absolutely insane. I mean, when Creator came out, I was like, all right, he's good. He's probably going to get some wins, but I don't think he can finish the job. He might be able to finish the job.
He might just do it.
He's got a good chance.
Now, who is it going to be for TSL? Coach Lee looks very pensive here.
Yeah, he does. Looks
really
worried.
Has been thinking about this decision.
Yeah, do you send out Killer? Do you risk it on a PvP? Creator does have pretty good PvP.
Yeah, he
too.
does.
He's one of the few products that are actually trying to fast expand in this matchup right now. So it's going to be interesting if Killer does come out. And if you think about who else does TSL really have?
Not very many players, I would say.
They don't have Optimus anymore.
No,
or
they don't.
no, they never had Optimus. They actually do have him now, but he can't use him.
He's like
I'm all
over there.
confused. Yep. Never mind. They can't use him. He's just there for moral support. But
I think Killer is the choice they're going to have to make here.
I think so too. I mean, they do have like TSL Ultimate, who's a Terran player, but I think Creator's proved himself fairly well against Terran today.
And Ultimate has not been the most impressive Terran versus Protoss player in the
really.
world either.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to Killer. I think it's going to be a PvP.
Final toss.
Final toss.
Yep.
The only Protoss to escape from the round of 32 in Code S.
Final toss is the final boss for TSL this time.
Oh, we don't know that for sure.
Well, we'll
but
see.
It seems
It
seems unreasonable almost to expect anything else.
Yeah, we'll find out in just a moment.
I know, I'm like so excited. I'm like, go for it. Get us off camera. We don't need to be here anymore. I want to see.
Yeah.
He may still be thinking about it. It's a really important decision. An undefeated team may lose here to Prime.
This is a big deal for Prime. They're finally doing what a lot of people have been kind of expecting them to do all along. I mean, when Prime first came into the team, people were like, "Oh, they're going to play really well. Prime has so many good players." And then they didn't win a match at all until the season. And now look at them. Who's it going to be? Killer looks like he's getting ready to stand up. But
Alive!
It is going to be Alive.
They've chosen Alive.
How did we forget about Alive?
Alive actually has pretty decent TVP.
He does.
We've shown, Creator has shown that he's also got awesome PVT.
Now, Alive, his strength is that he has been an absolute beast in the team league.
Now, something
not this season, but
right. Something we haven't talked about, guys, is the map that Alive has chosen, and it is Crossfire.
Crossfire. What does that tell you, Wolf? I know it tells me.
That makes me feel like we may see some of these dreaded timing attacks. We saw MVP do a timing attack against Tails. Tails barely held that. We've seen this type of timing attack hit a lot. On the other hand, we've seen a lot of Void Ray all-ins on this map as well. What's going to happen?
To be fair with that game between Tails and MVP, MVP did do the slowest version of that 1-1-1 build. He did it with Cloaked Banshees first, which really makes everything hit a lot later. It gave Creator the time he needed, not Creator. It gave Tails the time he needed to get everything up and running. So this is going to be exciting, man. TVP on Crossfire, Creator Prime on the left, TSL Alive on the right. Alive, one of the original players for TSL. He's been around a long time.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's always alive.
Staying
We've
alive.
gone all the way to Game 9. This is Set 9, the final match, the ace match between these two teams.
Yeah.
The map is loading, Doa.
This is it, Wolf.
This is it.
No more games. After this, we're going to find out who's going to the finals.
Only one will advance.
Let's get in the game.
I can't wait any longer.
Me neither. The slow zoom means it's time.
It's time.
Whoa, almost hit the trophy.